Welcome back, students. Today I'm here with the third video of Act 3, Scene 1. So we have done up to this when a servant enters. Shylock talked about humanity and then a servant enters. Servant. Gentlemen, my master Antonio is at his house and desires to speak with you. So the servant informs Celerino and Selenio that his master Antonio, he is at his house and he desires to speak, means he wants to speak with both of you. Both of you here refers to Celerino and Selenio. Celerino, we have been up and down to seek him. And then he says, we have been up and down. Up and down means we have been looking for him. Him here refers to Antonio. So he says, we have been looking for Antonio. Enter Tubal. Selenio. Here comes another of the tribe. A third cannot be matched unless the devil himself turn Jew. So Selenius comments that here comes another of the tribe. Here comes another of the tribe. He is talking about Tubal, who is a Jew and a friend of Shylock. And he says, a third cannot be matched unless the devil himself turn Jew. So he says, we don't need a third person, a third Jew to match this tribe unless devil himself turns Jew. Exeunt Celerino and servant. So these three, they leave the stage. Shylock. How now, Tubal? What news from Genoa? Hast thou found my daughter? So this tells us that Shylock had asked Tubal to find out his daughter. So he asks Tubal, how now, Tubal? How now, Tubal means, how are you, Tubal? What news from Genoa? I mean, do you have any news from Genoa? Hast thou found my daughter? Did you find my daughter? Then Tubal replies, I often came where I did hear of her, but cannot find her. So Tubal replies that I went to places. I often came where means I went to all the places wherever I got some news of her. I did hear of her means wherever I got any news of her, I went to that place, but cannot find her. Here, her refers to Jessica. Shylock. Why? There. A diamond gone. So this, the word there here tells us about the surprise or exclamation that Shylock makes that his daughter has stolen his diamonds. He says, a diamond gone. Cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. And the diamond which my daughter has stolen, it cost me 2,000 ducats in Frankfurt. So Frankfurt here refers to the commercial relations between Genoa and Frankfurt. The curse never fell upon our nation till now. So here Shylock is talking about the curse that fell upon his nation. So he goes little bit selfish here and he says that because my daughter has run away, so it is like a curse upon the nation. Curse upon the nation here. Nation here refers to the Jewish community. I never felt it till now. He says, I never felt any curse upon my nation. 2,000 ducats in that and other precious jewels. He says, I have lost 2,000 ducats during the curse and I have lost other precious jewels as well. I would my daughter were dead at my foot and the jewels in her ear. And then he says, I would. The word would here means I wish. I wish my daughter was dead at my foot and all the jewelry which she had stolen from me, she should put all the jewelry upon her. Would she were hearsed at my foot and the ducats in her coffin. And then he also wishes. Would again means I wish she was hearsed. Hearsed means she should lie in her coffin here in front of me. And whatever ducat she had stolen, they should lie with her in her coffin. No news of them. He says, I don't have any news of my money. I don't have any news of the money which has been stolen by my daughter. Why so? He says, why this is happening? And I know not what's spent in the search. He says, I have lost so much of money because my daughter has stolen my money, and at the same time I have spent so much money in the search. Means I have spent so much money in searching for my daughter. Why? Thou loss upon loss. So he says, okay, this is loss upon loss. I am incurring loss upon loss. Loss upon loss means I am losing my money. The thief gone with so much and so much to find the thief. So here the word thief refers to Jessica. Shylock says, the thief gone with so much. The thief That is my daughter Jessica. She has stolen so much from me, and I am spending so much of money to find the thief. I am spending so much of money to find Jessica. And no satisfaction, no revenge. And although I am spending so much of money, still I am not satisfied. Still, my revenge is not satisfied. Nor no ill luck stirring, but what lights on my shoulders. He says, there is no ill luck on this earth rather than the ill luck which has lighted, which has fallen on my shoulders. No sighs but of my breathing. He says, there is no sighs in on this earth except the sighs that I breathe. I am the only one who has to grieve. I am the only one who is suffering. No tears but my shedding. Then he says that there are no tears in this earth except those that I shed. I am the most sufferer on this earth. Tubal. Yes, other men have ill luck too, and Antonio, as I heard in Genoa. Then Tubal says, no, yes, no, it is not you only who has incurred ill luck, but Antonio also has got suffered. He has also got ill luck, as I have heard in Genoa. Shylock. What? Ill luck? Ill luck? So Shylock asked, what are you saying? Are you talking about some ill luck? Tubal. Hath an Argosy castaway coming from Tripolis. So Tubal informs Shylock that hath an Argosy means a richly laden ship, a merchandise ship. He says, hath an Argosy, hath means had. So Antonio had an merchandise ship which has got castaway. Castaway means which has got wrecked. That ship which was coming from Tripolis. Tripolis is a port in Lebanon. Shylock. I thank God, I thank God. Is it true? Is it true? So Shylock was very happy to hear this news that Antonio's one more ship has got wrecked in Tripolis. So he says, I thank God, I thank God. And then he asks, is it true? Is it true? Tubal. I spoke with him. I spoke with some of the sailors that escaped the wreck. So Tubal informs that I happened to meet some of the sailors who escaped the wreck. Who escaped the wreck means who escaped that sunken ship, the ship of Antonio which has got sunk. I happened to meet the sailors who were saved from that shipwreck. Shylock. I thank thee, good Tubal. Good news. Ha ha. Where in Genoa? So he says, Shylock now asks him. First he thanks Tubal for the good news that he has got, and then he asks him where in Genoa, like where in Genoa Antonio's ship has got wrecked. Tubal. Your daughter spent in Genoa, as I heard one night, 80 ducats. Then Tubal informs Shylock that your daughter here means, again he is referring to Jessica. So he says, your daughter spent in Genoa, your daughter has wasted or your daughter has spent in Genoa, as I heard means I got the information that your daughter has spent in one night 80 ducats. Four score here, a score means 20. So 4 into 20, that is 80 ducats. So Tubal informs Shylock that Shylock's daughter Jessica has spent 80 ducats in one night. Shylock, thou stickest a dagger in me. He says, you have pierced my heart by giving me this kind of a news. You have stuck a dagger in me, means you have pierced my heart. I shall never see my gold again. So he is very much worried about his money. And he says, my daughter is wasting my money and I will never be able to see my gold again. 80 ducats at a sitting, 80 ducats. Oh, my daughter has spent 80 ducats at one sitting, 80 ducats. Tubal. There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice that swear he cannot choose but break. Now, Tubal further informs in Shylock that there came divers. Divers here refers to all the creditors who have been, divers means many, of Antonio's creditors. He says, there came many of the divers, many of Antonio's creditors in my company. Like I happened to meet many of the people who lend money to Antonio, whom I met in Venice, that swear, that means the creditors, they swore that he cannot but break. He cannot choose but break. He means Antonio. So Antonio has got no other option but break. Like he will go bankrupt. He has no other option but he will go break. He will become a bankrupt. Shylock, I am very glad of it. I'll plague him. I'll torture him. I am glad of it. So Shylock says, I am very happy with that. He says, I will plague him. I will execute him. I will torture him. I am glad of it. I am very glad of this news. Tubal, one of them showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a monkey. Then Tubal again informs Shylock that one of them means one of the creditors of Antonio, showed me a ring that he had of your daughter for a monkey. That means Shylock's daughter Jessica, she has exchanged a ring for a monkey. She has bought a monkey for a ring. Shylock, out upon her, thou torturest me, Tubal. It was my turquoise. I had it of late when I was a bachelor. I would not have given it for a wilderness of monkeys. Shylock says, out upon her. Out upon means shame upon my daughter. Thou torturest me. Thou means you. You are torturing me, Tubal. You are torturing me by giving me such news. It was my turquoise. So he says, the ring which my daughter has sold for a monkey, that was a turquoise. So that was a turquoise means it was a greenish blue precious gem which my daughter has given for a monkey. I had it of Leigh. So Leigh here refers to Shylock's wife. He says, I had got that ring from my wife Leigh when I was a bachelor. When I was not married, my wife Leigh had gifted me that ring. I would not have given it for a wilderness of monkeys. He says, I would not have parted with that ring even for a wilderness of monkeys, means even for a regiment of monkeys, even for a group of monkeys, I would not have given that ring which my daughter has given just for a monkey. Tubal, but Antonio is certainly undone. So he says, but Antonio is certainly ruined. Undone means he is ruined. He has lost all his wealth now. Shylock, nay, that's true. That's very true. Go, Tubal, fee me an officer. Bespeak him a fortnight before. So Shylock instructs Tubal now and says that, nay, that's true. He says, yes, that is true that Antonio is undone. He is ruined. That is very true. Then he asks Tubal to go. Go, Tubal, fee me an officer. He says, go and get an officer. Engage me an officer. Fee me an officer means engage for me a lawyer for paying him some advance fee so that he can fight the case in the court. Bespeak him a fortnight before. Bespeak means just book that officer a fortnight before. Fortnight means 15 days. Around 15 days ago, you book that officer for me. I will have the heart of him. I will have the heart of me. Him here refers to Antonio. So Shylock wants to take Antonio's 1 pound of flesh, and for that he wants a lawyer. If he forfeit, if he refers to Antonio. So he says, if Antonio forfeit means if Antonio fails to pay the money that he has borrowed from me, I will get his heart. Were he out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. And then he says, were he out of Venice, if Antonio will be out of Venice, if Antonio goes out of Venice, I can make what merchandise I will. He says, I will be able to make profits whatever I want to make. I will be able to make merchandise means I will be able to make profits of my desire. Tubal, and meet me at our synagogue. Go. So then Shylock instructs Tubal to go and meet him at their synagogue. Synagogue is a worshipping place of the Jews. So Shylock asks Tubal to go and meet him at their worshipping place later. Go, good Tubal, at our synagogue, Tubal. So Shylock says, Tubal, you go now and then you meet me at our synagogue. Tubal, go now. Exeunt. And after saying this, both of them, they leave the stage. So with this, we come to an end of Act 3, Scene 1. Thank you.